What's going on, everyone? Chris back again with episode 2 of the match analysis series. This match I'm going to be reviewing comes via request from Ashley Burkett, AJ Fan Love 4683. And the match she asked me to review and analyze is from the 2014 TLC pay-per-view, and it's for the WWE Divas title between champion Nikki Bella and the challenger AJ Lee. So getting off this match, I just want to point out that Brie was at ringside in Nikki's corner, and she did play a small role in the match. So it starts out immediately with AJ going for a lockup. Nikki avoids it and rolls out to the ring. She was the heel in this match, and she tries to delay it to draw a little bit of heel heat and does a couple of push-ups to warm up and then gets back in the ring to engage. So a classic heel move there to start out, to delay the start of the match for a moment to try to get under AJ's skin. Starts off immediately though. Once they lock up, AJ Lee is able to hit a head scissors. Nikki rolls out of the ring. AJ Lee follows her this time, and Brie comes running around as well to her sister's aid. AJ first lands a kick on Brie, then nails Nikki and gets her back in the ring to keep it as a one-on-one match, but also wanting to show Brie that she was able to incapacitate her and wasn't going to forget about her at ringside. So immediately, once Nikki whips AJ into the corner, into the buckle, AJ gets 2 feet up, gets the feet in the face, charges at Nikki, but Nikki is able to hit a spine buster and goes for a cover to get a 2 count. Nikki then gets the heat from this point and really focuses on AJ's back. She hits her with a backbreaker and goes for another cover with a 2 count, a suplex, and then actually throws her into the corner again, stomps her down, goes back outside, so they're using the outside of the ring a good amount to start, but this time she wraps AJ's back around the ring post to put pressure on the back and really keeping the focus on where it started, so keeping all of the attacks on the lower back. Nikki goes back into the ring for another cover and gets another 2 count. I like that there are frequent covers here because it's showing that Nikki is trying to end this match early and is really focused on winning the match, not just doing a series of moves. From there, Nikki then goes into a submission hold and has the knee driven into AJ's back. And AJ starts to fight out of it a little bit to give a little bit of a hope spot, but Nikki then knees AJ in the back and throws her down by her hair. To keep the heat on, she keeps the rest hold applied and again drives the knee into the back. And in between this, actually, she also is able to, in between the 2 rest holds, she's also able to pick up AJ and slam her again, this time with the arm behind her back, and tries to slam her right on her arm and back. From there, we have it actually, once Nikki has AJ back again in that rest hold with her knee driving into AJ's back, AJ fights out of it, lands a couple of elbows, and then jumps in and tries to hit the Black Widow, but isn't able to fully execute it, and has Nikki Moore, honestly, in a jumping guillotine. She keeps that jumping guillotine on, but then Nikki is able to drive AJ into the corner, and again, that goes back to pressure on AJ's back, and she's able to break the hold. We get a quick flash pin attempt here by AJ. She sunset flips out of the corner and gets a 2 count. From here, we go to a double down, which is a good transition spot, and AJ and Nikki hit each other with a double clothesline. They both fight their way back up, and then once they get back up, AJ is able to run at Nikki with the Stone Cold Steve Austin Lou Thesz press and just starts raining down punches on her. She also hits a neck breaker. And then she actually brings Nikki to the corner this time, gets up to the second turnbuckle, and hits a tornado DDT. She goes for a cover, gets a 2 count. So again, it's also showing that AJ is really looking to win the match, which is also stressing the importance of winning the title, which is good psychology that I like to see. From there, AJ charges in, Nikki hits a back elbow. She goes up to the second turnbuckle, and she then hits a jumping roundhouse kick right to AJ's face that looked really good. Another cover, another 2 count. And then, obviously, there's some frustration here by Nikki. But now she tries to pick up AJ kind of like in a Great Khali tree slam. But in a really good transition, AJ is able to reverse that and hit a bulldog and get a 2 count. From there, AJ is able to hit the Shining Wizard, and it looks like Nikki is knocked out. But she lands near the ropes, and Brie, like I said, she would have a small role in this. She puts Nikki's foot on the bottom rope to break the count. The ref immediately realizes what's going on. He kicks her out of the match and says, "Go back to the locker room." AJ, in frustration, starts going after Brie, even though she's just been kicked out. So the logic there is a little off. But that actually gives Nikki time to recover. She takes something that looks like perfume out of her knee pad. When AJ turns around, while the ref is still distracted trying to get AJ out of the ring, she turns around and Nikki is then able to spray that perfume right in AJ's face. She then tucks it back into her knee pad so the ref can't see it. And AJ doesn't waste any time. She nails Nikki with a forearm at the same time after she hits her with the perfume, or sprays it in her eyes, that is. Then she hits the rack attack for the win. And still your Divas champion, Nikki Bella. This was a quicker match, but like I said, I actually like the pacing and the psychology of it with the frequent covers. Showing the importance of winning the match, I think the frequent covers does convey that they're both trying hard to win the match. Obviously, you had to protect AJ Lee a little bit, using the perfume, and obviously having Brie putting Nikki's foot on the bottom rope for a little bit of a fucked finish there. But also, another thing I really did like about it is it only took one finisher. One rack attack, one pin. Because a lot of times you see now, especially in NXT and AEW matches, it's multiple finishers, or even Cody Rhodes having to do 3 crossroads just to get a pin. So I like that AJ didn't kick out of the first rack attack and prolong the match where it didn't need to be prolonged. So again, this actually was a very solid match for that pay-per-view. And I actually think, while it isn't on the level of some of my favorite women's matches, like a Becky Lynch and Charlotte, or Sasha and Bayley from NXT in 2015, like I said, I still think this is one of the more underrated matches of its time period. They hadn't had that whole movement of the Divas Revolution yet to the Women's Revolution. They hadn't changed the design of the belt. But for its definitely its time period, and for a lot of what you see today, comparing it to matches you see with the women on AEW, this was an excellent match that told a good story. So that wraps up my summary and analysis of this Divas titles match. Let me know what you think if you saw it, if you think it's an underrated match, and also let me know in comments, like I always say, let me know what matches you'd like me to review in the future, and obviously what some of your favorite matches are overall from any time period. Don't forget always to like and subscribe, and I'll be back soon with episode 21 of the What Could Have Been series. And thanks everyone again for watching. Take care.